Mikey, 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 Mikey. Mikey, 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 Mikey.
What's up, Black Girl Gamers? I'm Noella. I'm here at Summer Game Fest, the IT show of the weekend, especially down here in Los Angeles at the Day of the Devs. We have BUB. We have a very exciting game that we're going to be hearing about from Paper Frog, and I'm really excited to see the gameplay too.
Thank you.
Hey, all right, who are we here with today?
My name is Case Jernigan, and I have written the story and made all the artwork for the game. I'm here with my partner Todd, who is a programmer and a designer as well.
Wow, we already have a stunning art design here already.
Thank you. So, BUB is a game about an artist who is sick, and he feels like he doesn't have much time to say the things that he wants to say. And so the game is about diving into your memories and finding the material that you need to make art that could potentially be healing for yourself. And so in this opening scene, we see the adult version of the artist, of the character, BUB, and it's all made with pen on plastic drawings that I then layered in colored and textured paper underneath to give it this kind of rich and vibrant tonality.
I mean, the art, again, visually striking. It's even just seeing this red that we have on screen now, where it was very hard to not look at the checkered screen on the bottom. And now even just looking at the way things are layered, like this heater that's diagonally facing the character, I mean, it's very hard to figure out what I want to look at. What do you hope people that are also feeling like their artistry is not feeling heard or seen hope to get from this game once they're playing it?
Well, we do firmly believe in the healing nature of having practice and something that you care about. But the game is also, it's about how that can be a trap sometimes, and how if we look for too much validation through our art, that just leaves us back at square one. So the game is about the characters, and this is very autobiographical, by the way, the character's capacity to find this balance in their relationship with their art making, because at their core, they just want to connect with people.
I feel like as an artist, that's all that one could hope for. And I mean, even in this scene that we're seeing, they're just playing around. There's a rainbow in the sky, water all over.
We are firm believers in the happy sad. We think that through the contrast between life's beautiful and colorful moments and the darker ones, there's great beauty. And so we don't hesitate to lean into the melancholy, but we think that there's a lot of joy in this game too, and we like riding the line between those two things. And this whole scene here in this beach that's based off of my childhood beach where I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina, with these palm trees and these big clouds, where my brother and I would just have whole afternoons to just play and run. You start off playing, but as you move through this space, you go into the deeper water and you move on, and your brother can't follow you, and you leave him behind. And as you hit this point here, the voice of our narrator, our friend Whitmer Thomas, who's a really wonderful actor and a comedian, and he starts to tell you that how life at this time, it used to feel like a coming of age story that was never going to end, and there was something sweet and innocent about it. And you sink deeper into the ocean, and he starts talking about a little friend of his from school who died in a drowning incident out at this beach, and how it changed everything. It was a loss of innocence, and how his mother became fixated on the idea of what it would be like to lose one of her own children. He's narrating this story to you while you're sinking slowly down into the oceans, and you're going deeper and deeper until here at the bottom, you move into a completely different space, and there's this small cathedral that's deep, deep under the waves. And Whitmer starts telling us, BUB, the protagonist, starts telling us about how growing up in his religious society, he was told to pray about it. If you're feeling anxious or scared, you pray. And so he starts saying, I started praying for everybody. I started praying for my family, my dog, my teachers, my second cousins. And there's an anxiety in his voice because you feel like you can never pray for everyone. There's too many people, there's too many things. How can you keep track of it all?
So, I mean, these are very heavy topics. We have grief, we have religion, a religious upbringing. There's a lot about belonging and identity. What have you learned while playing this game and even thinking about these topics in your own life?
I used to feel an intense, heavy anxiety when I thought about these topics and I thought about my breaking from my religious upbringing. And my anxiety was so bad at a certain point that I didn't even know if I could keep working on this project. I didn't know what was going on. But shortly afterwards, I got an answer because my health deteriorated so much in such stark ways. I lost a significant amount of my vision. I lost my balance. And I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. But thankfully, with a great neurologist and with modern medication and a tremendous amount of self-care and support from my friends and from my family and from my partner, Todd, I started to feel better. And some of the old sensations that I had lost, they began to come back, and I was able to draw again, and I was able to make art again. And Todd and I started collaborating again, which also was very healing. But we knew at that point that the scope had shifted dramatically. I had been so focused on anxiety as a concept, which compared to MS and this other range of health issues, it made anxiety seem quite small. It's like I'd been focusing on the wrong thing. And dealing with MS forces one to contemplate their own mortality, because I mean, I could have an MS relapse tomorrow and never walk again or never be able to make art again, and I have to be okay with that. I feel really lucky that with the support of Todd, my creative partner, and my partner back in Italy where I live, Cassandra, and my family, I've found a little bit of a way through all of this, and I'm able to focus on the things that I really, really care about. I love making things. I love being with community and the people that I love. And I'm lucky enough that I can focus on doing that every day. So if something horrible happens to me tomorrow, I have no regrets with the way that I've lived my life or the people I've spent my time.
Yeah, thank you for sharing something so personal and vulnerable. And I mean, this game just shows the level of care as well. Just looking at the textures that are in each scene, but especially this one feels very like just evocative too. Just the way there's little corners that look, a little more rough than the others, and the way you can just stare at the characters' designs, especially that purple garment right there. It's just very cool that this is a design I just don't see in a lot of games, and it just shows like how, the art can really transform after someone faces something such as mortality or a very big life event that can radically change I haven't seen this depicted in a game, how can I ensure that this is visible in the plot, and just like looking at the character and the things that they're going through too, and I admire that a lot.
Well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, those rough edges that you were referencing, all of these little figurines are made from paper in my studio. So those rough edges are literal torn edges of paper or cut with scissors.
Yeah, I mean, just like the way it went from the last scene to this one here, it's just incredible to see how y'all are able to take such different forms of animation and, again, integrating like real life paper and materials into it too, to just make, again, something so visually striking. I think it's good that there's a coming of age that also has to deal with what happens after college age, because I feel like that is the media I'm looking for now, that is somewhere in about 20 somethings, about like what happens along the process of being creative, that is in New York, doing in your 20s and 30s, just being able to battle things that are very sad, like your upbringing or religion or addiction, or things that are very common for people in their 20s to 30s, and to have it represented in a game feels like it's moving forward in a direction where people are like, I need more coming of age, I need more things that are about being a young adult, and this is a game that offers that. What can people expect as far as like the length of gameplay, if that's something you're able to reveal now?
We imagine the game to be about film length in the end, 90 minutes to 2 hours.
What else? What other themes do you think that we can expect that we might have not seen here that would be, without spoiling too much, that'd be fun to reveal?
Well, the process of learning how to make art is a major theme in the game too, and so the second chapter will be dealing with a kind of tongue-in-cheek artistic training. So Todd and I are working now on developing some kind of drawing systems in the game, so that you can not only just be controlling this character who's an artist, but you can feel a little bit the sensation of making the art yourself.
Is that something that would be customizable to everyone and people would be kind of interpreting their art in their own ways? Is that what you're envisioning?
The idea is that you would have the freedom to move materials across the screen and make something.
It's very cool. Wow. Well, I'm really looking forward to the game. Is there like an estimate time of year that could be expected on platforms?
We are aiming for Q4 next year.
Amazing. And the systems that it'll be available on?
To be determined, but definitely Xbox and PC, hopefully more.
All right. Well, we're going to have to add it to our wish list. Thank you so much, especially to everyone at Paper Frog that was behind this, other than you and Todd, that I was able to meet today. And
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to BlackGirlGamers. We're at Summer Game Fest. Don't forget to check out more of our coverage. And I'm Noella signing out. Have a good day.